Yes, everybody, watching the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. Happy Friday. We've done another week. Congratulations. And over to the weekend now, isn't it? England. What will they do against Switzerland? Will it go to three in the back, as apparently it's been alluded to with Saka playing left wing back? Anyway, it's Hamilton Lads in association with KUMB.com, boys, as per usual. A few stories. Some nice stories, I think. A couple of them are very nice stories in terms of academy players and signing professional deals and stuff like that, which is always good to see. Let's crack on like Donkey Kong and get into it. First, what should we talk about first? Should we talk about... Let's talk about rumours for a change. Let's talk about rumours. Let's talk about this gentleman. Let me just take that off. Where's that gone? There we go. Let's take it off. Brajan Grunder. Apparently, according to reports, West Ham and Aston Villa have joined the race to sign the young starlet, who's valued at a hefty £42 million from Mons. Us, Villa, Newcastle, Bayern Munich and RB Leipzig have since joined Liverpool and Bayer Leverkusen in the chase for the starlet, whose father was a professional football player in Albania. There we go. The chances are we're probably less likely to win the race to sign Grunder, because his preference is Champions League football. So that could leverage maybe Aston Villa, maybe potentially Liverpool. I mean, he wants obviously to be a regular starter as well, so that might rule out maybe Liverpool. I mean, he's what is he, 20? Born in Germany. He's 1'7", 8 meters tall. Primarily a right winger. As I said, he's currently valued at around €50 million by the German side Mons. Last season, 29 appearances in all competitions, 4 goals and 3 assists in all competitions. International career, German under 21 international, 7 caps, 1 goal, and would definitely be one for the future. I mean, he's currently in the 93rd percentile for shot creating actions. He's in the 98th percentile for successful take-ons, and he's in the top 90 and he's top 90th percentile for progressive carries. Very impactful. Can also play slightly further up in the forward position. A bit similar, so that's why I don't think maybe for Villa he's a bit similar to Moussa Diaby, to be honest, in terms of his pace, in the way he's tricky. So yeah, I mean, on paper he looks fantastic, but I just think, I think it's one area we're probably already okay in that sort of right-sided, the likes of Kudus, Bowen, Louis Guilherme, Maxwell Cornet potentially. We got enough to cover that, but it's the left side I think we need to sort out. And maybe Zaha, maybe Wesley can play on the left as well. Guilherme is young enough to play on the left potentially. Obviously, Caduceus played there. I think he's pretty ineffective. Obviously, Paqueta. So I don't think the old Rusty Rumour rating going to give it like a 2 out of 10. Just can't see that one happening, in all honesty. Let's talk about the current side. Obviously, they're on pre-season, started midway through this week. You've seen the videos on YouTube. Encouraging to see a lot of the under-21s playing within there. The likes of Junior Robinson features very heavily in the YouTube clip, as well as the likes of obviously George and Lewis and Patrick Kelly I saw there. Kalen I saw there. I saw Finley Herrick, Mason Terry, the two goalkeepers. Obviously, they'll be getting a lot more football this year with the likes of Heggie going out on loan, obviously letting Knightbridge go, Anang going, Trott going. So the likes of Finley Herrick, Mason Terry, you'll be seeing a lot more within the academy, within the under-21s, I'd imagine. And yeah, the lesser spotted Maxwell Cornet, and even the lesser spotted Andy Irvine. They were all in the little video package, which was quite nice to see. But according to ex-WHU employee, obviously we know the plan is. I think they go to. I think they've got Dagger. There is a one at Daggers. I think it's around the 20th, and then they fly out to America for the 2 games against Wolves and also Crystal Palace, I want to say. I can't remember, to be honest. But according to ex-West Ham players and staff will be flying out this weekend to commence their first period of proper pre-season training. The club will take part in, obviously, the tournament in the US. However, prior to that, they'll be heading to Austria for a fitness camp. Maybe I can get involved. And they'll be there to, obviously, they're going to apparently play a couple of sort of friendlies with local sides, but it's mainly about fitness work, as is always done at the beginning of the campaign and beginning of pre-season anyway. So maybe Max Kilmer may be flying out with them. Who knows? But yeah, that's obviously the first stage. I thought there was talk of them maybe going to have like the Algarve for warm weather training, but it does seem to be Austria. So not St Andrews like it always was under the previous regime, rather. And lastly, a couple of players have signed new deals. We'll sign. Obviously, we've signed a few players, a few academy players. Chigueda, Balogun, they've both signed. And also, we have obviously offered a few players contracts, and Tyrone Akpatu is one of them. And one I'm really happy about. He's a good player. He is 17 midfielder, has been a key component for the West Ham youth set up for some time. He signed first when he was under 15s. He was part of the under 18s that claimed the PL2 title and FA Youth Cup double in the 22-23 season. He was captain last season, particularly in the FA Youth Cup campaign. And in all competitions, 83 goals in 26 appearances. He's now signed to a new deal and would be, I'd imagine, stepping up into the under-21. So if you go to Rush Green next season, you'll probably see him within the under-21 setup. He said it's a proud moment for him. He's going to get his head down and play as many games in the under-21s and do his best to make the biggest impact. It's nice to see George and Kaelin get given a chance last year. That does help give you belief about what can happen in the future. I'm going to give everything I've got for this club. Great to see. Local boy as well. So it's always nice when a local boy is still around, the academy setup. And talking about local boys and West Ham, possibly our first ever 3 generations. I asked one of our West Ham historians, they couldn't think of one, but they may well. But we've got 3 generations now of Browns at West Ham, with Lewis signing a professional contract with West Ham yesterday. It was officially announced today. Great picture with Kenny, obviously. Kenny, the academy coach, or the head of the academy, rather. Great picture. Obviously, Kenny played for West Ham. Lewis is now playing for West Ham. And obviously, don't forget Kenny Brown Sr., the oldest living West Ham player. So he'll be following in the footsteps of them. Louis been around. I mean, personally, he's a lovely, lovely lad. I've been fortunate enough to know him for some time now. Even when he was at Arsenal, he'd still come and watch the under-21s play. Obviously with Kenny, he's got a very good knowledge of the under-21s and that whole youth team setup. Incredible knowledge. He knows everyone. He actually knows everyone. He was quoted on the website saying he's delighted to sign this club. I've grown up supporting my whole life. It's amazing to follow the same path as my dad and my granddad. Before under-9s, you can play for as many academies as you want. I did play for West Ham before I signed for Arsenal, and it does seem and feel like this was meant to be, and I can't wait to kick on. I had a brilliant time in Arsenal, playing under some great coaches, but I'm ready for my next step. West Ham feels like home, and I know a lot of the lads, so I'm just excited to get stuck in. Obviously, since Lewis from under-9s has played with the academy, then he left. some of the players are still there, so he knows them quite a lot. And actually, when there was talk of him being released by Arsenal last season, he was playing for the under-18s at West Ham as a trialist, and was obviously in and around the setup anyway. So it's great to see. Really happy for him. And hopefully we'll see him, in the under-21s playing as much as possible. Obviously, Mark Robson now has moved from obviously the first team. He's gone back to his under-21 spot, saying it's a fantastic day for Lewis and for the whole Brown family. It's great that tradition is still continuing, and I'm sure he'll work as hard as possible to try and emulate Kenny and Ken Jr. Lewis can play a number of positions in defence, which is always useful. We're looking to maintain the highest standards that have been set over the last few years, and signings like this are a good step forward. And obviously, we wish Lewis all the best in the Claret Blue, as well as Tyrone as well. So it's nice, what nice, in a world of money, where money rules, it's still nice that there's still that, I can't think of the word, progression. There's still that sort of family core running through everything. So great to see. Really, really made up for him. Really made up for him. And that's it, my friends. As I said, if you're new around here, don't forget to give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share. Don't forget to go and check out kneesupmumbrand.com for latest news, reviews, and opinions. Go and check out this afternoon. We had our Have Your Say. West Ham gets a bit heated as always, where you talk about what you want to talk about West Ham. And always fun. And then this morning we spoke about that, obviously with the Kilman deal sort of sorted, hopefully, priority seems to be moved now to the striking position, and a number of strikers we've been linked with. So be interested to see. But until next time, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep dry. God, it's pissing.